Hello there. How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Thanks for the hype train during the starting screen. Oh, I know there's a couple of new hype train emotes that Twitch has recently released, so yes, pretty sure the one that I got this time is one of the new ones, and I do like it. It is cute. So, yes. Anyhow. Hope you've all had a nice weekend. Yes, I decided to be extra floofy today because it's another one of those days where I'm feeling a bit cold. So, yeah, might as well use my one and only superpower of having too much hair because it is surprisingly warm. So, yes. It's just that in everyday life, I don't usually have it loose because it gets very messy. But when I'm just sitting at my desk, that's yeah, a lot more reasonable. My hair has gotten quite long, so yeah, it might be longer than it's ever been in the past at the moment. So yeah, it's definitely inconvenient to not have it braided. Like even if I'm just like walking through a door, my hair will get caught on a door handle. So that's always very appreciated. So yeah. Don't know why my hair just really likes getting caught and stuff like that. Um, Also, some types of wooden chairs with like metal bits. So especially the types that are used in like schools and stuff. Some of them, my hair also gets stuck on so easily. So yeah, I might not have many superpowers, but yeah, managing to find even the smallest gap for my hair to get stuck in, I, I can do that just fine. I don't even have to put any effort in. But yes. Anyhow, I'm glad that it at least isn't the middle of a drought anymore, even if it means that it's cold. But, you know, you can't have everything, and like, I'd rather have rain and colder weather than continuous drought, because as far as I know, they are expecting a very dry summer as well. So, oh boy, hope that there's gonna be enough rain before then to at least even things out a bit before that happens. Because yeah, not great. But for now, it is still spring. I think the official start of summer is pretty much a month from now. So there's still time. Hopefully, there's lots of rain within that time. But, well, thank you for the 69-month Prime sub. Very nice. How are you doing today? Yes. Keep losing my train of thought, which is, I'm sure, going to work out great when I'm playing RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 today. Um, going to be starting a new park, because last time I finally finished the previous one. So, yes. Yes, roller coasters do have trains, and the coasters I build do keep crashing, so I guess losing my train of thought means my mental roller coaster crashed again. So, that checks out. But I mean, since we were talking about rain, hopefully this park is going to have the uh, useful amount of rain for that specific map. I don't entirely know what that map is going to be like, so we'll see. Yeah, I'll just open up the game and we'll figure it out. Because new map, so. Need to find out what this one's like. Okay. Let's see. 800 guests in your park. And not letting the park rating drop below 700 any time. Makes me wonder what number it starts at, because I feel like it usually starts below 700. So, I feel like there has to already be a park to start out with. Also, it says money is no object, so I guess in this one I don't have to worry about selling all the umbrellas, because who cares if there's no budget to worry about. So, enhance tourism around the Great Wall by building a theme park on the adjacent land. Money is no object, so let's start. Okay. So, and it still doesn't give me a deadline, so I just need to reach 800 guests without letting the park rating drop, and the park rating is currently at 0, so... And it seems there is basically nothing in the park at this point. Is that an exit? Or would that still be part of the park? I feel like... probably shouldn't alter a giant monument like that. So... I'm confused. Like... let's see. See-through scenery? Okay, that doesn't tell me much. Okay, so it does seem like, for whatever reason, this is also land that belongs to my park. So, I feel like these days it's more of a monument. I don't know how much of a practical purpose there is for it at this point. Okay, what's going on here? Do these have any functions? No. No, they do not. Alright. I mean, it looks nice. Okay. Is that just a bunch of pathways? Oh boy. So, it seems like they'll have issues with pathfinding in this park. Let's do see-through scenery again. Yeah, so they do actually have a way to get to this place. Huh. Not sure that's a good idea. Because there's gonna be so many pathfinding issues. Oh well. They already have benches, so that's nice. So, with how big this park already is... I mean, there's already stuff for people to look at least. So, they shouldn't really complain that the park is empty, because it's not. It's maybe not the most exciting, but at least there is a park. Not one I can see on the map for some reason. Weird. Would have expected the paths and stuff to show up on the map, but guess not. Alright, so pretty sure this is the entrance to the park. They actually have benches along the path to the entrance. That's unusual. But I'll take it. I mean, I won't be able to replace those if they get destroyed, so hopefully they won't get destroyed. And let's see, what do we have access to? So slightly different food stalls in there. I think that's also a different style of the restroom building. I am not familiar with those drinks, so I'll probably not even attempt to pronounce that. But also, I guess, I mean, theme parks tend to have stuff from all sorts of cultures, I guess. Because that does say it's Korean, and like, this park is supposed to be in China, but I mean, I'm definitely no expert on either country, so yeah. Well, Korea obviously not being just one country, but anyhow, not my area of expertise by far. So, what is this thing? It looks, I mean, it looks fun, I guess. It looks like not even the entire ride fits in that picture. So, I am intrigued. Also very intrigued by this one. Looks like a very fun train coaster hybrid thing. So, I guess there's a couple ones that are at least different than usual. Oh, an elevator. I guess I could add an elevator somewhere. All right, so let's see. Is the park currently open? Yes. Think I might not be able to close it. Okay. In that case, I really have to do everything perfectly, because, well, if I don't, that's that. So if that's the entrance here, like these paths, do they connect to a different entrance, or are they not connected to stuff yet? Like, maybe they just connect to each other. That is possible. I can zoom out further, so that helps a bit. I mean, that almost looks like it's supposed to be another entrance, but I think in practice it isn't an entrance. Okay. And I don't think that works as an entrance. And I don't think that works as an entrance. Okay, so for now they shouldn't get lost. But as soon as I connect that pathway, that very long one, I think I'll be in trouble. So I'll try and delay that. Okay. So, in the starting area. What do I put there? Like, that is a good one. I think I got that on the previous one. So the issues with starting by building a coaster, main problem is that I need to do that while the game is unpaused, and it takes me a while. And there's a decent chance the perk rating will deteriorate in the meantime, so I'll do my best not to do that. I'm just tempted to, like, at least add that one, because it just looks fun. So, want to see how that one works. Okay. I guess I'll put it right around there. That is going to be quite a short queue, but it'll work. So I'll open it. There, I guess that queue works. Unless I could change it just the tiniest bit. There. I feel like that's a bit nicer. Slightly shorter queue. And I need to connect this. There. And open the right. Alright. Then shouldn't have to worry about them running out of money, because I don't think anything would cost any money. I guess I could put a carousel somewhere. But where? I think that would kind of work. So hopefully it connects. No. There, that's where I wanted it. And then exit. There. I feel like that's fairly efficient. Okay, and then... Do we have a different version of the information desk? I don't think so. So I'll just go with the standard one. Okay. And yeah, can't change anything about the prices because everything's free. Which you'd think that would make the park quite popular. If everything's available for free. Okay. I guess I'll put the restroom right here at the entrance. And I don't think they need an ATM anywhere. Let's see. Roast sausages? Sure. Sounds like a decent enough food option. And drinks. There. I have no clue if those would go together in terms of flavor, but that is not my problem. I'm just building the park. Okay. And then, I guess in the other area they were using the stone benches, so I could add in those. Well, here they're using the wooden benches, so I guess wooden benches. So... just a bunch more of those. And I do need to put some bins in this park. There. That'll do. Then I'll need people to actually keep this park running. There. Okay. I mean, the scenario goal just seems so deceptively easy. So I think there's gonna be some sort of a catch that I haven't thought about yet. Well, I want to put a tree right here. But which type of tree? I mean, that one looks pretty. Yeah. I'll go with that one. Okay. What do I build next? Oh boy, the park rating is already high enough. Because I think it was... I'm not allowed to let it drop below 700. Yep, and it has reached 700. So I'll save, because I have a feeling that from this point on, I can fail the scenario at any point. So, that's good. Okay. Put a first aid stall somewhere. To try and keep these people healthy. Actually, the information desk, I do generally prefer to have it right at the entrance. I'll just add in another one since the finances don't matter for this park. Alright. So... I think they do need something more exciting. What's the excitement rating of this thing? 3.77. I think there's some guests that want a rating of 4 or higher, so... I feel like this thing, when I build it as tall as I can, I feel like that should fit that requirement. So, where do I cram that in? I don't think it has room for that many people on this ride, so... should probably... not put it too far back. So I think this distance would actually work. And then the entrance would be the closer one to the path, and then the exit. I don't have to worry about the exit taking too long. So. Yeah, just build it as tall as I can. I did save, so... there, that's as tall as it goes. And then it still needs an entrance and exit. Okay. I mean, it's possible that I built it too big, but I'll find out. There. And then test it. Oh, and the mode is the other one. Fine. Close it again. Switch it to the other mode. And now test it. Oh boy. So. They're going way up. Don't think I can change the speed on it lifting the ride vehicle all the way up. But it takes quite a while. So, it's off the charts. Alright. Good sign. There, now I can see it. Gotta make the chart even bigger. There. Goes very high up. Very high up. Concerningly high up. There. Now it's coming down. And... oh boy. Is that too much? I guess not. No, it's not. Okay. That works? Sure. It's open. Okay. So that should help with keeping the adrenaline seekers happy. Because that thing is probably the most exciting thing in this park, at least at this point. And yep, the queue does seem to confirm that. So... it does cause nausea, so... I think I'll do my usual setup of... no entry here, and then benches. Okay. And maybe they could get their own first aid doll thing. I'll put it there. Yeah. Okay. Then... I guess souvenir stall? Just another way for them to buy umbrellas, but also the cuddly toys, which seem to be quite popular. Well, when I say buying those things, I don't think they have to pay for anything. So... where could I put this? Tricky. Like... I can only put entrance and exit at the front. So... there's only 2 spots that work for either entrance or exit. So... maybe I'll build it a bit later. For now, I don't see an obvious spot for that to go. Then... this thing looks like they'd probably appreciate it. I guess I could have the path split off there. And then have something like this. Okay. Can I make that path work? There? Yeah, so that should work for the exit. And then the entrance can be around the corner. Okay. I think the entertainer fell off the path, so... there. Get back into the park. So... exit is going to go right there. Then the entrance. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles, I think. Seems like a bit much. So. It's 1, 2. There. That'll do. And open it. Okay. Very nice. So we're already at over 100 guests. Park rating is high enough for now, at least. Okay. Do I now have a fitting spot for this ship? Maybe. I feel like it makes more sense on the back here. So, entrance and exit. I think that'll work. So, connect the entrance first. There. Okay. And then the exit. There. Okay. That'll do. Okay. I don't think ships are supposed to go upside down. Oh well. Could have one of those slides, I guess. Not sure. Oh, right, the ship. Forgot that that's where the ship is. Ship needs quite a bit of space around it. I'm not sure how I could make that slide work there. Maybe a circus. Yeah. I guess I could just do a coaster. Feels like a good spot to put the entrance of a at least somewhat decent coaster. So, coaster, there they are. I mean, that's the one I really wanted to try, so. I mean, I could start it at that height. That would work. Probably even manage to fit the staircase to reach that platform. I feel like I'll extend it backwards, just one section there. Okay. And since I'm supposed to have as many people as possible in this park, oh well, I think technically I just need the 800 park guests. But aiming for that exact number is not going to work, so. I'll just try and have this coaster be quite popular and have a fairly significant capacity. Okay. So... Need to build up some speed. Feel like that looks interesting, but it's always difficult to know how long the trains are gonna be. So I think I'll go for something more like this for the start. Okay. So I think by that point the entire train would be off of the lift section. So it should have some momentum. So slowing them down a bit. Yes, I can't do this banked. Right. Well, maybe this will work then. Okay. So, getting up to 40 meters, then dropping them down to 21, then back up to 25. Okay. Could I have them do a loop? I mean, I might get away with it. I'm definitely not sure about it, but I'll just see what happens. I'll probably save again before I do the first test. Because I don't trust it. There. Slight helix up. So now they'd be quite slow, I think. Depending on how far off I am with my speed estimations for the rest of it. Okay. So... Could I have them go over top of the other section? Is there room? No. No, there isn't. Right. Okay. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna work. But it'll definitely cause issues with the coaster getting in its own way. Okay. I don't think any of these are gonna fit. Nope. Didn't think so. And that's not gonna work. So, instead of continuing the turn... I mean, maybe if I extend that a bit further. Would that work? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that would work at all. Nope. Nope. Don't have room for that. Fine. Just need to do something else instead. I mean... that works. It looks intense. I mean... so that would be going down the slope, up a bit, turning, or the looping, then turning and up a tiny bit, then the half corkscrew, and then half a loop. I mean, if it works. But I guess I'll find out if it will. Okay. Okay, so start the turn. And then trying to make that radius even bigger. Like, okay, so short segment, long segment, short segment, long segment, short segment, long segment. Okay. So I think that's enough to turn all the way around that section. Okay. So another drop. Fairly dramatic one this time, because why not? But I don't think I can... I can make that work, wow. I mean, that'll be quite the exciting coaster. Okay, let's not do that. There, that height. Okay. And then... I guess... photo section. And then... could possibly manage to do a corkscrew. So I feel like they're not too fast at that point. Okay. There, and then... slow turn. So they will have to come back at some point. Here. That's the correct height for the station platform. I still need to loop it all the way around. So many umbrellas. No, I'm trying to click on the back of that coaster. There. Okay. There. I'm trying to give them a lot of time to slow down. Right, entrance and exit. There. I think that might work. Test it. And I guess save, just in case. Because if this thing explodes, then it's probably going to be bad for my park rating. I don't like the coaster looks like it's supposed to also go backwards. Because it's not supposed to do that. There's... like, if that train goes backwards, it will crash into the other one. So... huh. Not the most reassuring design. But it might work out. So... we need to make those paths connect. So... how many people fit on this? So that's 4 per car, 7 cars per train. So... would be... is that 28 per train? I think so. Oh boy. That is a bit extreme. Whoops. So... is it specifically the ending? I mean, it's not so bad that the excitement rating goes incredibly low. It's not ultra extreme, it's just extreme. Maybe I just leave it at that. I mean, it seems like it technically works. Okay. So, that would be, I think it was 5 per section, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be 20, and if it is 28, I could probably get away with this. But then I might as well do the full staircase I was planning on. There. And then... normal path. And then the exit still needs to connect as well. So, I'll give them a bit of time up here for them to not be nauseous anymore. There. Is that gonna fit? Yeah! That works! I mean, I definitely didn't plan it out properly, but it worked. So, that's what matters. And this monstrosity is open now. Have fun. Okay. I'll definitely need a first aid stall somewhere around here. Preferably right across from there. Does that connect? I don't think it does. I don't think so. feels like it doesn't. Fine, maybe it does. Yeah, it looks like it does. I guess it does connect. Yeah. That'll do then. Okay. I mean, it's not the worst. Just really spam out some benches over here. Okay. And I think I'll still have this section be restricted to people who just went on that coaster, so the others don't steal their benches. Oh wow, that coaster is already quite popular. I'm surprised, but I mean, I was trying to build a popular coaster, and I did. Guess I'll save again, because, well, coaster hasn't exploded yet. That's not impossible. Maybe an observation tower. Just for the people who, want something interesting to look at without wanting all the excitement of that coaster. I mean, can I make it taller than the other thing? I don't even know how tall that thing is. Nope, same height. Alright. So I guess one group can go on this thing, the other group can go on that thing, and then they can wave at each other at the top. Perfect. So... There, I think that should work. And... somewhat short queue. And... the exit. There. Pesky trees getting in the way of things. I think it's gone now. Okay. I guess more benches over here. Because I don't think this thing is likely to cause nausea. Speaking of which, it's time to just open it. Okay. 309 guests and a perk rating of 870, so going well. Not halfway yet though. But at a certain point it can be pretty difficult to increase capacity. Not sure how many people fit in the circus. And are we even researching new stuff? I don't know. Not sure I can even check. So, I'm not sure if there's any research happening. Fine. I'll just not worry about it. Okay. I think these might be the bumper cars, just in a slightly different design. They always really liked the bumper cars, so... I feel like it makes sense to add in the bumper cars. So the exit can connect onto the same path. The entrance... I mean, I don't want them queuing for too long. So I think that'll work. Right. Huh. Somehow I didn't keep track of where the path would be. So, close it again. Move the entrance over here, I think. Okay. And then extend that path outwards. I mean, that's still a pretty long queue. It's gonna be fine. There. It'll do. Maybe I could put some decor around there. Let's see, what's the regional stuff? I mean, I do like trees. So I might just go for more trees. Pretty regional trees. It's not actually as close to the tracks as I thought. There, rotating the trees a bit, so they don't all look the same, even if they are the same style of tree. These are animatronics. I just appreciate the animatronics specifically. First couple of parks had some unique animatronics. I think it's been a while since the newer scenarios had their own animatronics. Maybe the next one. Okay. I guess more benches. There, this area needs more. Might as well put a bunch of them down. Maybe another first aid stall somewhere. Especially since I don't have to worry about money in this park. Might as well try. I feel like I probably need more people. cleaning this park and doing maintenance on all the rides. Once again, don't have to worry about finances, so I'll just dump 10 handymen and... I mean, with the number of rides at this point... It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rides. So I feel like I should have at least half that number in mechanics. There. And I'll do same for security guards and entertainers. There. Okay. I mean, it looks like they're having fun at least. So that's good. I mean, I do still need more people in this park. I have a feeling it's impossible for me to do advertising in this one. Because I think I can't get to that menu. Which I guess, since I also don't have a limited budget, would be a bit cheaty to be able to advertise. Okay, are any of them complaining about stuff I could easily help with? So, I'm feeling sick. I mean, I've already plunked down so many first aid stall thingies, so... Hello, how are you doing today? Okay. Yeah, so none of them are complaining about running out of cash, which... Since I can't even check the prices for anything... Like, I'd assume they're free, but... I don't know if it's actually free. Okay. I guess I could connect that path somewhere. There? Guess that works. I guess I might as well... I can't even connect it here. But then it's the same issue of, the benches being used up by guests who don't really need to sit there. So I guess I'll go that way. Oh, it is a fun game still. How are you doing today? Couple of benches all around. Do need a lot of people in this park. Drowning them. Not sure how that would work. question mark section of the scenery. Ooh, fire. Giant butterfly? Giant butterfly. Need a giant butterfly somewhere. I feel like that might be a good spot for it. Yeah. Okay. I can add in barrels. Yes. Let's see, where did I put the fire? Can't put it on either side of the start of that ride, so... I guess I could possibly do that here? No. Just on the one side again. Can I put it underneath the coaster? Yes. Okay. So just not when the coaster goes down too low. I think at this point it's right above the path? No. Yes? Yes, it is right above the path. So... I guess I could do it here. Those statues look fun. More trees. Sure. Might as well. Trying to get people to like this park after all. Who wouldn't like trees? Alright, we're halfway in terms of number of guests. Getting another 400 might not be the easiest thing. Should probably build another coaster next. Maybe something a bit less intense. Not sure why the wooden coaster looks different than usual. Don't know if they did a slight redesign for that one. Okay, I don't want it too similar to the other one. I mean, this one looks a bit similar, but at least structurally it works quite different. So, could just go for that one. Okay. And then, how do I manage this thing? I guess... this might work. Hope it doesn't get rid of the butterfly to do that. Yeah, it did get rid of the butterfly. That's a shame. it more back here. So might as well extend it in that direction instead. And then a bit more over there. Alright. So this is part of the normal path, so I should be able to just connect it there. Which means umbrellas are free in this park. I don't have a budget for this one. At least I'm presuming that they're free. I technically don't know. Okay. There. Banked turn. Or not, I guess. Oh, too high for supports. Fine. There. A large helix down? There. Okay. Then let's see. I think I'll have them go around those two coasters. So pull around here, I think, and then turn. It might just work. Okay, it's definitely silly. There. Bundespräsident Sticher Wiederholungsverfahren. Yes, that one's silly too. Here, I guess that'll do. Between the two coasters instead. Oh boy. So... do I have room? Yep, apparently I did. I mean, I don't know if they'll have the speed for all of that, but I'll find out. Okay. Need to go a bit further down. I also need to get into position for the station platform. So... there. I don't think they'll fit. turning them the other way. And at least I still have some space here. Okay. And then can't really do the turn any bigger than that, so I'll have to do. Don't think that's gonna quite fit. So, there. And almost. I think it's a tiny bit off still. Is that too far now? Yeah. Of course it is. There, I think that might now fit. Okay. Time to test it. Well, time to save before I test it. I know better than to trust my design. Okay, so it's 11 individual cars and 6 passengers per car. Let's see how it goes. Will the crash test dummies survive this? Okay. That's working. Okay, turn. 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 Okay. Need more speed. And riskier turns. Okay. And the riskiest of all turns. Oh. They didn't fly off the tracks. I guess that works then. Alright. It'll do. Okay, height marks on paths, and I think I'll need see-through landscape, or scenery. Yes. Okay, down to this level. Okay. And the same goes for the exit. I guess that works. There. And one of the handyman fill. And still need to open this thing. I think it's fine. Okay. I mean, I'm definitely expecting something to go horribly wrong in this park. But for now, it's working. Somehow. What was the rating of this one? Excitement is a 3. Oh well. The main idea was that it was supposed to be more approachable than this one. With the intensity rating of 10.85. While somehow still being a valid design. Still not entirely sure how that worked out. But there's a lot of people queuing for it, so... Can't deny that it's popular. Okay. Do I need more first aid stalls? I'm not sure. Maybe another restroom. I think the closest one is quite far away, so... There. Okay. What do I build next? The thing that's currently most popular? Which one is that? Oh, is it the ship? I think so. Yeah. The ship is the most popular ride in this park. Right. Hello, how are you doing today? Sounds like the merry-go-round has broken down. Nothing unusual there. Another mechanic. That's another security guard. We'll do 2 more handymen, I guess. So I do have to keep all of this stuff running. I mean, since I do have an unlimited budget, I am tempted to build some very silly coaster. I've only ever heard of this game, never seen gameplay. Well, it's a very fun franchise. Would recommend. Yeah, I think I need to build one of these. Hoping this will work. That's the station platform. So. Okay. Twisty, twisty. Okay. There. Okay. And then the other way, there. Twisty. Twisty. No, doesn't fit. Fine. I guess I can shorten this tiny bit. Okay. Just connect it from that side instead. There. Okay, whoops, I deleted some flowers. Maybe I can put them back. Which flowers were they? Thinking these? There. Good enough. Let's do 7 circuits, sure. Okay. And then still need to add an entrance and exit. And I guess I'll save before I test it, just in case. Oh, yeah, that's not fast enough. Noted. Unless... does it get sped up more? Yeah. Is it getting sped up more? I don't think so. But I think on the second or third one it went a bit higher than it did on the very first. So, slightly faster, and then restart the test. Is it doing it already? I don't know. Okay, so now it's finished on the first test, I think. Almost. Something like back. Not quite. Not on this one. Does it go slightly higher? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, they're not really fast enough yet. So, still slightly more speed on that launch. Whoops, that's... nope, that's so less speed. There. That's probably closer. I guess in the meantime I'll try and... ooh, almost. Is it gonna do it on this one? No. I think on this one it might manage. We'll see. We're making some food. Hope that goes well. Feel free to share what you're making, but like, in a safe way. Don't burn the place down by being distracted by chatting. I mean, I guess the bottom one could just be a normal path instead. slightly more. Maybe 82 is gonna be enough. So close. So close. Almost there. Just not quite. Maybe 86? Ooh, that was really close on that one. Yeah, it's getting very close. Perfect. It almost got stuck. Okay, let's do slightly more so they don't get stuck, hopefully. Yep, that's just enough. Perfect. One. Down again. Two. Yeah. Okay, so now it's working the way I... Nope. No, it's not working the way I hoped. I mean, it still looks entertaining. Yeah, I mean, it's something. It's definitely something. I mean, it kind of looks fun. Especially because there's nothing for it to crash into, so... Worst case, they'll get stuck up here, but hopefully they won't. Well... No. Almost got stuck, but not quite. Luckily. Yeah, I think I like this design. Sometimes they do the loop, but sometimes they don't. Okay. What are the ratings on that? Yeah, that's quite decent. Okay. Should definitely add in more benches. And another first aid place somewhere around here. If I could get it at the proper height, that wouldn't be useful, but I guess not. Actually, that's not how it works. Yep. That's open. And this thing's open. And I guess I'll save. I mean, that thing shouldn't really be able to go horribly wrong. But I'm still hesitant. But I'd say that one looks... It looks fun. So... I could probably make it a different shape, but... it's difficult. And how many people fit on that thing? So that would be... 28 again. Yeah. Maybe should have made the queue a tiny bit longer, but it'll work. It's good enough. They're having it be slightly randomized if it goes all the way round or not. It just seems like that would be entertaining. As long as it doesn't get stuck. Which hasn't gotten stuck yet. It's not saying much. Only just finished building it. Okay. Since I do have unlimited funds, probably time for yet another coaster. I mean, the corkscrew coaster is usually a fun one. I don't know what this one's based on. Because this is... well, it's slightly customized to this scenario. So... I guess the station platform could be right here. Just seems interesting for it to be right above the entrance to the park. And there is a fair amount of space still completely unused, so... I should probably check if... okay. Oh, I could do powered launch. Reverse incline launched shuttle? What? What does that even mean? But let's do a powered launch, I guess. Just because it sounds like fun. There. And then... I guess back down a bit. Back up a bit. Can I get away with doing a loop? I have no clue. Okay. I mean, that is technically a design. And if there's any major mistakes, I guess I'll find out. There, does that work? Yes. Okay. Sure. Then could go up a bit. But not too much. There. Still fits underneath the other section. Very nice. And another big turn. So... I have no clue if they're fast enough for all of this. So, another big turn. And then... lift? Can I do that? Yeah, it fits. Somehow it fits. Sure. I feel like that's probably tall enough. Alright. So. Down a bit. Down a tiny bit more. And then it's time to go silly. But how silly? This silly? Yes. I've decided that is the correct amount of silly. So, maybe slightly different though. More like that, yeah. Okay. Would that be able to... No. Not quite the right height to do that. I might be able to make it. Yeah. Okay. Looks slightly higher. Okay. That makes a tiny bit more sense. And then down a bit. And then I guess they could do their own loop. The other way, I think. Yes. Oh boy, this coaster, if it even ends up working, might end up being one of the longest coasters I've built. But that's assuming it works out. Which might be a bit overly generous of an assumption. Yes, photo section, because why not? Can I fit a half loop here? Nope. How about there? No, not high enough for that to work, so that's okay. I'll just... something like that, sure. And then, let's see. Maybe turning that way a bit. And then that way. No. But now. Okay. It's a very silly ride, that's for sure. Let's see what's going on over here. Maybe I can make that work. That way? Maybe we could turn like that instead. No, it's not banked now. Unless... think there's a way that this is going to work. So many coasters all in one area. I wonder who designed this park. Seems that person wasn't thinking very far ahead. How could that have happened? Maybe that's gonna be enough to make that turn work. I mean, looks like it could have potential. Very difficult to see what I'm doing from that angle. Yeah, from any angle, really. I guess this one's my best bet. Yeah, that works. Alright. I'll take it. Where was the station platform? Over there. Ah. Well, I'm in the wrong part of the park. So... how do I get over there? I was so distracted by wanting to have it turn around the big other thingy. I didn't think about the fact that I need to end up back here at some point. So... does that work? Yeah, it does. Somehow. Okay, now it's just in its own way. Should be easy enough to fix. Yep. There. So maybe it will work out after all. Just need to get around this coaster. Just think. I guess that's fine. Okay, so we can try and do a drop. No. There. Just because it looks fun. And then... yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. No. No, it will not work. Okay. Can I somehow make this work? just silly enough to work? Yes. Apparently it is. Okay, well, let's do very big turn. And there. Okay. And then connecting this thing up is going to be a challenge. Definitely a challenge. Yep. I'll just put the entrance somewhere. Yeah. I'll just put entrance and exit over here. I mean, at least I can test it. See if this thing works. Okay. Let's see. Possibly the silliest coaster I've built. And yep, it's so silly it does not work. In the slightest. Okay. Yeah. No, don't open it. There. So that's the fastest launch I can do for some reason. Fine. I really liked my loop. Would that work any better? Probably not, but... Like, what is reverse incline launched shuttle mode? That just sounds very strange. Yeah, not fast enough for that. Fine. Be that way. Yeah, I guess I'll find out. I did save, so... what happens if I test it? It is going backwards. Okay. I don't think this will work. Okay. Yep. Huh. Well, it is working thus far. I mean, there's no way it could do the entire track. Right? I mean, I didn't design it for this purpose, so... guess we'll see. Does it just have its... No, it doesn't have some sort of motor on there. Yeah, pretty sure it got itself stuck. So, that's not a proper mode. So, closing it again. And our launch. So what if I do a shorter train? Does that make it work? No. That seems worse somehow. Yeah. That is definitely not better. Okay. I don't think I'd be able to add more trains. Or more cars per train. So I'll just try the shortest one, see if that's any different. Yeah, not really. Fine, I need to redesign it all. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but oh well. Alright. It'll work. Close it. At least I already have some sort of an idea. Okay. Oh, no, didn't mean to delete that. There. Don't know if that's the exact same one as before, but it has the same purpose. It works. Alright, so... I would assume this will somehow fit. It is in its own way now. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, but it is a launch start, so... I guess... There? Should I go higher than that? Yeah, probably. There. I think that's the height I need to reach. Okay. So. Start with a helix up? Nope. Nope. Fine. There? I think it should be able to get that far. Then pulling them up to this height, I think. Okay. And turn. Then big turn. Oh, right. I don't know the land there. I forgot. Okay. So, down a bit to get some speed. And then that should hopefully work. Almost. There. Oh, oops. Still need to get down to the correct height. Now it connects. Alright, I'll save again, because I'm not sure if I fixed it, but maybe I did. I wanted a longer train than that, though. There. Let's try that again. Okay. I guess I can make the lift faster. Alright, will it work? Hope so. And... yeah, just works. Hopefully the rest of it will still work. Okay. It's definitely quite a long coaster. Yeah. Nope, not quite. Almost had it. Okay. You don't like my coasters? Sounds like a you problem. My coasters are absolutely safe. Nothing could ever go wrong. Huh? Yep. Yep. Oops. Okay. That slope. Maybe this one. Yeah, that doesn't even come close to connecting. Alright. So... what? Back up again? Better I try and connect up with this. There? No, that's too high up already. There? maybe now it'll work. Like, for me, I do understand why people like roller coasters. It's just with my motion sickness, most of them aren't really an option. But the ones that are an option are fun. It's just very limited. I think it should work. Yeah, but the thing is, anything can go wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if there hasn't been some sort of accident involving cotton candy that was life-threatening, so... like... And I'm not talking about making cotton candy, I'm talking about consuming it. So it's the lateral G's somewhere. Probably right around there. Yeah. Right at the end. Towards the end. So now. Okay. So that's the part I need to fix. Alright. I think that just means adding in brakes at this section. Because, I mean, I even left myself some room to do something like that. Because that way I can keep it essentially the same. Okay. Something like that. Oh, whoops. What? That door closed! Why to test it? I left a section, but there was a part of the coaster missing, and for some reason I was able to test it. But that's slightly worrying. Slightly. Fine. There, now test it. Everything's fine. Okay. So that still works. Good, good. Not sure if it makes it more intense to have the loop be that slow. Because I feel like slowly being turned upside down could still be quite intense. Okay, that one works. So I guess this coaster is really good at making sure people don't have anything in their pockets. Because if they did, well, not anymore. There, and I think think I managed to smooth that last one out, didn't I? But we'll see. Hopefully. Yep. That looks like it's good enough. Come on, what's the test results? Oh, the ratings. Based on the test results. Okay, it's high excitement, high intensity, medium nausea. Pretty decent. Alright, now I just need to connect those paths somehow. Okay. How about height marks on path? I'll have to try and go under these coasters here and connect down there. So that's at height 0, I think. There, that connects. Yeah, phones can be quite heavy. And I feel like, if anything, this coaster would be likely to, shake anything out of people's pockets. So. Just wouldn't stand under this coaster. Open it. Oh yeah, people are queuing. Let's see, so upside down in this section, then in that section, then in that section. I feel like if anything, that one would be the one that's really gonna dislodge any last couple of items and pockets. Or like people who, you know when you have your glasses like clamped onto the collar of your t-shirt? That kind of thing? I feel like this turn would be perfect at having those just fly off. Oh wow, that's a queue. Whoops. Are they all gonna fit? I don't think so. Okay, I think I'll add some of those TVs to the queue. Just a bunch of them. There. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Would need something to catch all the items. Yeah, for me, I don't really ever do that with my glasses, because, yeah, if I'm not wearing my glasses, then there's probably a good reason for it. And having them around my neck probably won't work in the same scenario that would get me to take off my glasses in the first place. So, if I'm worried about losing them, then I shouldn't have them in a way that I'm even more likely to lose them than if I was wearing them on my face. So, yeah. But like for people who don't generally wear glasses but have like sunglasses, I feel like for them, that turn would probably dislodge most of them. Not that I personally have much experience with wearing normal sunglasses, because Yeah, not been able to see without glasses for quite some time. You've lost several hats while at amusement parks? I don't think I've ever lost anything on a coaster like this, or on any type of coaster. I guess because it was always overly careful. Well, who says that it needs to have spiders as an ingredient? Have I lost a beer coaster? I mean, what makes a coaster a beer coaster? Since I don't drink beer, so... Is any coaster just a potential beer coaster? Because you could put beer on it, technically. Well, in that case, no, because I personally have never ever put beer on any coaster. So, I've never had beer. I'm not planning on ever changing that. How long does it take for them to do this entire coaster? 1 minute, 43 seconds. Okay. 24-hour beer drinking stream. Yeah, that's... more like speedrun, how quickly could I end up needing to go to the ER stream. I don't think anyone wants to see that. Oh, I just don't drink. Like, obviously, I drink liquids, but not alcoholic beverages. Like, this is water. Just tap water. Yeah, the strongest stuff that I've had... coffee? And at some point, like... I've had expired apple juice that had gone slightly alcoholic. By accident. Like, I wasn't trying to make alcohol. So... And in some cases, like, medications and stuff that are dissolved in alcohol. Just because it's a good solvent. But that's it. Isn't the issue with 5G signals that they basically get blocked by anything? Like a slightly thicker sheet of paper would block them, something like that? Because I'm pretty sure there was an issue with them along those lines of, like... They're just... like... I think it was the higher the number, the... more things end up accidentally blocking it. At least with that specific naming convention. Like, I've definitely had issues with just having the worst reception, but like... still having... whatever the older ones were called, because I forget now. Was 2G a thing? I don't know. Yeah, I do think it's frequency related. I honestly can't properly explain it. I think it was the wavelength that made it so it's easier to block 5G than 4G, but yeah. There's definitely people out there who can explain that sort of stuff a lot better. But that's why for 5G you need a lot more antennas and stuff everywhere, because it gets blocked by anything. So it just doesn't seem very practical for a lot of stuff, but yeah. 2.4G, okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I forget what all the different names for the different ones are. I just know that I've had plenty of issues with having the worst mobile data connection. So. I feel like I should put that coaster somewhere still. Start it here? No. Why is this area so hilly? Ah, okay. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm far from an expert. But my main point was, from what I know about 5G, if you ingested something that is supposed to get a 5G signal, I don't think it's gonna have very good reception inside your body. Because I have a feeling your body would already block the signal. So. But pro tip, don't eat your phone. Not just because it would probably have had cell reception. Just in general. It's good policy to avoid eating your phone. Oh, have you tried running an actual theme park? Can't say that I have. I also can't say that I've ever been tempted to run an actual theme park. So, no other modes to try out for this one. Nope. Can't make that fit. Okay. Well, the question is still if you ate your phone, would it get 5G reception? Or would you also have to eat the thing that gives off the 5G signal? think that should go over top of the other one. Good. Oh, that looks kind of fun. Okay. And that would be quite fast. Fine, so 5G would work, but your Wi-Fi signal would be bad if you had your phone. I guess that's a sacrifice worth making. I mean, at least you'll have a mobile data connection. I feel like I need to make this sillier. It's important. Yeah, Bluetooth signals don't work well near microwaves. Can confirm. I wonder how far the reach of that is. Oh, as far as I know, because it's just the same, like, spectrum. So, like, because microwaves and, like, Bluetooth not that far off. So, I think it's that. So, yes, that. I didn't have the proper words, but yeah. That was the general idea, yes. So, there's overlap. Yeah, I mean, there's, I think, phone cases and stuff that are marketed as, oh, this will block all electromagnetic frequencies, and somehow it still works. So. Yeah, hills. Down the hill again. That's gonna end up being in the way of the paths, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, let's really not do that exact thing. How about back here? Okay. Beautiful. There. Oh. Height again. Yeah, that's silly landscape. I think that's a better spot to turn around. There. I mean, that track definitely sneaks through the landscape. Don't think I can make that work. Wait, I might be able to make that work. Kind of. Okay. There. And test it. Way all of that silly path works out. I mean, it doesn't even look that bad. It works. I feel like I don't need that many cars on the tracks now. Well, I was trying to build this coaster and there was a lot of landscape in the way. But yeah, that part of physics class has never been my personal strength. Oh, it's still squeaky. I've just gotten fairly good at muting and unmuting my mic whenever I drink water. So. But if you want to hear the squeak, I can demonstrate that it is still very squeaky. Do you guys want to hear the water bottle? Well, I don't know if the microphone is gonna filter it out, but presumably you'll hear part of it. Like, still slightly squeaky. Sometimes it squeaks more than other times, so. This time it wasn't quite as squeaky as it sometimes is. Anyhow, I need to see what height I need to get that path to. Okay. And then I think that's connected. Looks like it is. It is connected. Good. And then the entrance can connect to that part. see-through rides. There. Maybe from there? That didn't work. Yeah, that doesn't. Too high up. Don't think they can bring their own ladder and then jump over that gap. I mean, maybe I can start the path from the bottom instead. There, it works. It connects. It's fine. Just open it. It is technically functional. I do think it's a bit long of a queue, so... and a bunch of TVs. What was the rating on this thing? 6.52 on the excitement scale, 7.69 on the intensity scale, which is very high, and nausea rating of 4.19. Neat. I like when I manage to build rides that don't have a high nausea rating. Still seem fairly popular overall. Well, seems I did it. Alright, the authorities have decided that... Fine, I already did that. You achieved your objective with a company value of 5,175,335. Very nice. And I'll save that. Quite like how this cork turned out. Now I can actually see the map. So, like, it really isn't taking up that much space, considering how large the map is. But it does have a bunch of coasters. Let's see. So... the dragon coaster is the most popular. Interesting. I mean, it takes ages. And I think the excitement rating is 7.44, intensity 7.42, nausea 3.69. So, less nausea-inducing than the one I just finished. I did open that one, wanted to make sure. Nobody's favorite yet, but I only just opened it. And this one... oh, that's one of the pre-made ones, yeah. So... yeah, that giant coaster I built is definitely the most popular. And then the second most popular is this thing. Alright. I mean, that was by far the easiest coaster to build. Apparently they really like it. So... it works. And it's also quite safe, because at worst, the train is just gonna get stuck at the top. But I don't have to worry about it crashing into itself. And then the first one I built, I think that was the first one. That's the third most popular. Then the observation tower. Very interesting. And then, I mean, people are starting to appreciate the new one I built. It seems bumper cars aren't as popular as expected. So, popularity overall. It's not just people's favorites. Yeah, so the wooden mouse one I just built is quite popular. Okay. Then... which one is that? That one. Okay. So that's another very popular one. Then... I think that's this one? No. Oh, I think it's that one. Yeah. Okay. So... that thing is quite popular. Yeah. Overall, a lot of popular attractions in this one. Like, yeah, the merry-go-round isn't very popular, but, like, it's fine. There's plenty of other options. Yeah, for me, this one actually seems... like... it might honestly still be a bit too intense for me. Because, like, I don't want to hurt my neck. And I do think this one might have that effect. But other than that, it just seems like fun because of the whole, like, sometimes it manages to do the full loop and sometimes it doesn't. So, it just seems fun. Anyhow, I guess I'll save again. And... I mean, I could at least check what the next scenario is going to be. Let's see, how do I get back to the main menu? There. I guess that works. And then, next one is... 1,000 guests at the end of October year 3. Okay. Limited land. Opportunity to buy neighboring land. That sounds like one where I'll have a limited budget and I need to end up with 1,000 guests at the end of October year 3. That's a lot. I mean, that one was 1,500 guests at the end of October year 2. So... I'm using just RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. So, not open RollerCoaster Tycoon or anything like that. It seems like this one will be tricky. But at least it's a longer time frame. But the description of it being very limited amount of land... like, how limited are we talking here? I am confused. So... park map. So... yeah, I think this is the edge of my area. Which, I mean, it's really not the worst. I might be able to make that work. I mean, I just managed to cram a lot of stuff into a rather small space. So, yeah. Might actually be able to make that work quite nicely. We'll see. But yeah, the thing is, if I start this one now, that's at least 3 hours, assuming I don't pause it. But I don't want to rush through it quite that much, because I mean, at least this coaster here, like, I don't know if I've built one like that before. So I think that's a new coaster type. But it goes through that building? Like, there's definitely some interesting designs in this thing. How does that coaster work? I guess it's inside that building? Yeah, okay. So it has a launch speed of 122. And then, like, I think it starts that way. Because I think this thing is the part where it gets sped up. Or at least I think it does. Or those brakes. They could be brakes. So it might start that way, then go around on the brakes here. That could be. Either way, it looks like an interesting style of coaster. Like, a bunch of new ones. I don't think we've seen that one before. I mean, I've seen it in person in some parks. And that one's also slightly different. Once again, I'm pretty sure I've seen similar ones in person. That's pretzels. And, oh yeah, that's a lot of new coasters. That one looks like fun. I'm guessing that might be the one I was just looking at, because it looks pretty similar. But, like, there's some very fun-looking ones. Like that one, I don't know why it looks like limousine cars, but yeah. Excited to build a lot of coasters for this park. But, is that path? I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is path. So they decided to do double width paths for some reason. Do those actually work? Because at least previously it seems like people tend to just get stuck. Which, yeah, I think that is the case. But yeah, I was hiding the trees, so if it looked a bit empty, that's why. And am I able to charge for people to enter this park? Oh, I already have a loan. Useful. All right. Okay. I think that's the entrance. That sure is a park entrance. Uh-huh. Okay then. Somehow I didn't notice it before, but oh boy. I feel like they bought that park entrance design at some like airport souvenir shop. At least has the color scheme of it. And just the like the level of cheesiness. It's like souvenir fridge magnet levels. so that's nice. Are those trash cans... like, they look like soda cans, I think? Are they supposed to? Is that a thing? Close-up eagle face, of course. Fun fact, bald eagles, they don't make the sound that you think they make. They basically have a different bird be the voice actor for that type, because the sound they make isn't majestic enough. If I remember right, they sound a bit more like seagulls. Campfires, neat. Yeah, they do kind of sound like this. Well, they look like soda cans, I think. Is that? That is a giant ice cube. Can I stack them? I guess not. Weird. Okay. Yeah, to me, it's just always fun when they either use like a different animal, or like for lions, I think they tend to use the movement of the lion yawning, not roaring, for a lion roar. Stuff like that. I'm not sure where they get the sound from. I don't know if that is actually a lion roar that they use for it, or a different creature, but yeah. It's just silly that they have, like, basically certain species be the voice actors for other species. Like, why? There's a statue for dolphins. A bunch of statues available for this one. The gallows, really? Yes, park for the entire family, and this is where you execute the peoples? Yes. Okay. This is where we put the naughty park guests. I just have so many questions overall about this park. Oh, I didn't even notice the flowers. Wow. Yeah, this park is quite something. But it does have some interesting designs. I am very confused about this setup, but is that just one coaster? There, I want to see what it looks like. Okay. There, yes. Huh. That makes sense. There, turns around. There. Right. Oh. That's where it stops for a bit. I do like this section. Silly bumpy section with buildings over top for no good reason. I just appreciate that sort of thing. See through scenery? Ah, okay. So it does have two separate entrances. But it is just one ride. So, yeah. So it is indeed the same ride. Very intriguing. I mean, it's an interesting design. Not sure what happens when there's too many coasters piling up, like, of the vehicles, I mean. Because I feel like people might queue more for one of them than the other. So I don't know how that would work out. I'm not sure I've ever been on a wooden coaster. Other than maybe a really, really slow type of coaster. Like something more like this. Like, yeah. Like the coaster for the entire family type designs. But like an old wooden coaster that's more of like this type of coaster, I'm not sure if I've ever even seen one in person. So, I don't know. Because this looks quite intense to build all that out of wood. And then maintain it. For some reason, it sounds like a plane in some sections. The wooden coasters, they seem intriguing. Can't deny that. I guess that's... Ah, okay, so we've got different costumes available for the entertainers now. Teehee. Yeah, I would imagine that some of the stuff you can build in this game, maybe not the most realistic to build an actual coaster that you then have to maintain. Because, like, the maintenance on this thing. Because I would assume that to try and have the wood last for as long as possible outdoors, you'd have to paint it on a somewhat regular basis, because as far as I know, that is generally a thing. That, like, no matter if you've painted it before installing it, it will eventually flake off, so you will have to reapply the protective coating at some point. And I think it's also kind of expensive to get the types of wood that just last better outdoors in the first place. So, just in that regard, maintaining this thing would be logistical nightmare, and also probably very expensive. So, oh boy. Like, I've never really had to deal with something like termites, but just imagine if they find that coaster. Oh well. Like, at least this one's, like, it seems more manageable. Still very tall, but not as bad as the other one. I do want to see this one in motion. Yeah, okay. That is kind of fancy. Very nice. Let's see. So I could probably build another one of those bumps if I wanted. Okay, both of those are set to 64. Okay. Still not entirely sure how the brakes work in this game, but trying to slowly figure it out. And how does this one work? I mean, it's been a while since I've had pre-built ones on the map, so just want to analyze them. Okay, so those are supposed to look like monster trucks, of course. I think... Was it the go-karts that were really popular in the previous game? I mean, it might be interesting to watch the pros play a game like this at some point, but for now I'm just figuring stuff out for myself, so I feel like I don't want any spoilers on like how to optimize everything. So I think it would be too difficult to avoid potential spoilers while seeing how people tend to do that. Yeah, the bumpy parts, yeah. It is an interesting ride. I'm not really sure how though that type of ride would work in practice, because that looks way too steep. I feel like they'd slide back down. Yes, it is very slow. But they just power themselves, so like, as in, they just have engines or something on the trucks. But that is way more than are needed, though. Like, it cannot fit that many vehicles on the actual ride. So. Oh well. Details. Guess I can close that one again. Is there another one I haven't tested yet? But I am always intrigued by the coaster designs that are like either two separate coasters that are synced up, or like this one where it's one coaster that kind of syncs up with itself. Those are just, yeah, they seem like fun. I just struggle to build something like that. But it seems those rides are all of them? Just those three? Yeah. Weird. Somehow I thought there were more. But yes. I'm definitely intrigued by some of the new coaster designs that I could build here. Like, I think I've built that one somewhere at some point, but I rarely get access to that one. Like, that one looks new. That one's new. I mean, that one's at least different. That one's also different, I think. But I think that's the one they already built, but still. Intriguing regardless. Then that one's, well, maybe not completely new, but it's not usually available. Same for that one. Also been a while since that one was available, I think. I mean, the one in the previous park, I guess, was a redesign of that one, but, well, details. Yeah, the monster trucks are not usually available. Oh, we've got 2 different train options. I'm intrigued. So I guess I'll even have to build them a train. So, a lot to do in this park. But yeah, I do think I'll have to start this park next time, because I don't think I can do it justice today. Oh boy. So many coasters to potentially build. And that always takes me ages. The last two cars are only just joining up with the rest. I have no clue how they've got that many cars on this thing. Like, did they have to cheat to get that many cars? If I go down to 1. No, apparently you can just have 26 even if the station platform is that short. Okay. So I guess I'll have to extend that coaster to justify the number of cars, or lower the number of cars. One or the other. And, right, I needed 1,000 guests at the end of year 3. So I think the main issue is going to be how to afford to build all the stuff I want to build. Because you already start out with a loan. And what's the most I can take out? Is it the 40,000? No, it's 25,000. So, yeah, it's gonna allow me to definitely build some stuff, but not a huge amount. Can I charge for ride tickets in this park? No. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna make stuff more difficult again. So if I make it free to enter the park... Nope, I'm misclicking. There. No, still can't charge for ride tickets. So it's not like I have to choose one or the other. So I'll have to really hope for a lot of rain in this park, because I need to sell a lot of umbrellas. Oh boy. Yes. Looking forward to it. But that's for next time. Just gonna make sure I close the game properly. Don't need to save because I didn't really do anything. I was just looking around. And closing it. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of umbrellas that I'll need to sell, and food, of course, and probably slowly raising the entry fee for the park. So it's probably gonna be similar tactics to the park I did before the one from today. So the one where I needed to get a certain park value, because I think that's gonna be a thing that just getting that many people into the park will require a lot of money, and getting a lot of money will probably require those tactics again. But we'll see. Next time I'll be able to really dedicate the entire stream to trying to make all that work. But it does seem like it's going to be a trickier one. So hopefully it works out. All right. I mean, I don't usually raid out this early, but that also means it's an opportunity to raid someone I don't usually get to raid, I guess. I mean, how about some Alone in the Dark 2? It was definitely a fun game when I played it. I mainly remember the no, not Alone in the Dark 3. The game that had the weird Santa convention thing. Yeah, that one. So, anyhow, tomorrow I'll be continuing Hitman 2. And Thursday, I'll be continuing Commandos Behind Enemy Lines, which I still need to try and fix the cutscenes for that thing. I mean, I have managed without the cutscenes, but yeah, still haven't gotten around to fixing them, so wish me luck. But yes, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!